How's it going, guys? Down here at the shop, just doing a little Bobcat work. Figured I'd throw a little video up on it. This is the front door. It goes on the cab. Got the glass right here that you can pop right out of the frame. This was all complete when I got the machine, but this is the inside. Let me flip it around. This metal door frame, as you can tell right here, where it's like looks like all craters. This is basically where the metal has been removed from rust. It's just pitted from rust. But what I did is wire wheeled all the rust off the bottom section of this frame, and I'll show you what I ended up using as a rust converter on the bottom section, both sides, inside and out, and then I just spray painted it. You can tell where I stopped kind of from here to here, but you don't really see much of this frame anyways. I just wanted to kind of stop the rust from getting any worse and taking over the whole frame. And then we're going to go ahead and put the window back in, and then there's an outer seal that goes all the way around here, which is going to block off most of what you see, and then the inner seal, so you only see a little bit of this anyways. But on the front of this machine, the first thing you saw was this big gangly chunk of rust here, kind of like this along the whole thing. So we're slowly going to work the rust out of this machine and get it looking good. I actually started on these sides. I started scraping off any of the loose rust on these track, I don't know what you call them, track carriers or whatever. Basically these big chunks of metal here, and the sprocket and everything. So we're going to use that same rust converter on that and spray paint those. I might actually buy, I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but it's called POR 15. There's a couple of different products that are similar. The POR 15 is paint over rust, and 15 is just whatever the formula number or whatever it is, but it's very popular, and you can basically paint over rust. You get any of the loose rust off with a wire wheel or sandpaper or whatever, and then you can paint over the rust. And it's supposed to be top coated if it's gonna be in the sun, because the UV rays will fade the color. It'll turn to like a chalky, almost like a gray color. But that's probably going to be the best thing to paint this with. You can get it in cans where you can actually apply it with a spray, with a compressor and a spray gun, or you can just brush it on. Something like this, I'll probably just brush it on because just want to put a good thick coating on it. It's an area that's going to keep getting banged up over time, but I'd like to stop the rust from going any farther and actually rotting and making the metal disappear. So all these little areas here, I'm probably going to end up repainting these arms from here forward, scraping off all this loose rust and paint, and replacing these stickers here. These are just, tread stickers. We'll lift this cab up and probably replace these that you see there, and then, just touch up. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I want to stop the rust, and because the whole time I'm going to have this machine, for the most part, it's going to be stored inside. So if I can catch the rust now, I shouldn't really have to deal with it at all in the future, ever, as long as I have the machine stored inside, and kind of keep it clean and keep it taken care of. Like all the back section, I was going to repaint the whole machine, but you know what? It's not bad at all. I mean, if I repainted it and used it for 6 months, this is what it would look like anyway. So, I'm not looking to enter a Bobcat show here, so I just want to get the areas that are really, really crappy looking. The door was easy enough to repaint, so I did that whole door. That had some dull, nasty paint on it, so that came out really good and inspired me to finish off and do the rest. So, like I said, I just want to do those track areas there, get that a nice, like a satin black or whatever. Maybe even the dark gray. I don't know what color it's supposed to be, like the cab here. And like I said, just this front area, get some touching up, and that'll be it. That way I can keep this machine in good shape. But yeah, we're on a little bit of footage here, putting this thing back together. More to document. If I drop this glass and break it, at least I can watch it over and over again and learn from my mistake. I'm pretty sure it's going to pop right in here pretty easy. It came out pretty easily. It's almost like a windshield. If you've ever done the rear windshield on a truck cab, the flat back window on your truck, it's just got this rubber gasket that you can kind of pop right in. So you work your way around, and let's see if we can put this thing together.
I'm dreaming you and I. All my darkest fears are coming outside. We got a billion races, we got this melody, and you can trust me, baby, we got everything. Call me whenever you feel alone, babe, and when you need to cry, I'll be by your side. Call me whenever you need someone, babe, and when you need to escape from 1,000 fires. I'm gonna kiss you wherever you are, and I'm gonna miss you, I will never lie. Call me whenever you need someone, babe. We're running in the jungle of love.
Oh, that's no fun. I'm getting it, but trying to be delicate because you don't want to break the glass. This bottom part looks like it's going to be the trickiest to be able to get in there, so we'll see. It's probably a real easy way to do this that I don't know, but we're winging it here.
Listen to my conditions, I got you on my mind. You are stuck in my head and I don't know why. We got a billion races, we got this melody, and you can trust me, baby, we got everything. Call me whenever you feel alone, babe, and when you need to cry, I'll be by your side. Call me whenever you need someone, babe, and when you need to escape from 1,000 fires. I'm gonna kiss you wherever you are, and I'm gonna miss you, I will never lie. Call me whenever you need someone, babe. We're running in the jungle of love.
Well, that was no fun. Now I know it has this little cord in here, which I believe is, this little loop is here so you can pull this out in an emergency to be able to kick the window out. But I didn't know if that was a one-time deal or if you can put it back in. So probably, if I read some directions somewhere, it probably tells you to take this cord out to do what I just did, to replace the window. But what fun would that be, doing things by the rules? So yeah, I figured I'd give it a shot this way. Seems to be in all the way. I got this seems to be in. I just got to put this back in place now. Let's see if I can just pop that back in this corner here. I think that just kind of tightens the seal up, and we'll put the door back on. For a second there, I thought it was going to beat me. All right, seems to be fine, but I forgot I got to put the outer trim on it before I put the door back on. So let's do that. Just a standard trim piece here. Just want to get the section where all the rust was down in here. Make sure I get all that out. Spray it with some silicone too.
Jungle of love. We're running in the jungle of love.
Alright, now let's put this puppy on. Alright guys, looks a lot better. Of course you can still see the pitting from where the rust was, but at least that stopped the rust for now. I've got the reason why these wires are so messy in here. This is the wiring for the windshield wiper, and I've got the strut that connects from here to here. I got it on order. That's coming in the mail. I actually took this ball off one of these ends, and the windshield squirter that also connects to this, that I'll put back on when I put this bar in. But yeah, that's why all that wiring is. And once I get the shock here, this wiring zip ties to the shock so it's not hanging in the way and everything. And so there's really no way to put that right now, but for now at least we got rid of one more section of rust on the machine. Kind of a boring video, but for anybody that's has one of these machines and has to change this glass panel out or change any of the you know, the rubber moldings, it can be done without special tools, just a little patience, as you saw. Having doing it now, like I said, it's probably better to pull that little bead out, that little round piece of rubber that you pull out to pop the window out, and then that probably just gives you that little extra bit of pliability to be able to put the glass panel back in. So again, I bet if we look at some official directions on this, that's what it says to do, is to pull that out. Got a little section here that got stuck under the window. Of course, it doesn't help that I'm doing this in really cold weather, because as you know, rubber is softer when it's warm. So being freezing cold down here, the stuff is not exactly pliable. Ah, almost. All right, there we go. So just want to make sure that's connected all the way around. Don't want any leaks when you're out there. All right guys, thanks for watching.